Good evening, good morning, wherever you are. It's 11:16 in Southern California, 2:16 in the morning on the East Coast. I was afraid, very afraid, that tonight would spell the end of America. As a matter of fact, I posted a blog about that about 6 hours ago. I thought that this country would be dead as a doornail because of Trump, because of MAGA, because of a lot of things. Damn, was I wrong. And I happily admit that I was wrong. When I was predicting this country would go down in flames tonight, and it's still not over yet, I thought that we would wind up electing some of the dumbest people on the planet. And we still might do that. But as of tonight, if you if you watch this thing carefully, America is a may be as a whole smarter than I gave it credit for. In some states, not really. There's Florida and Texas. Florida, um, DeSantis won, but then again, that was expected. But 1 second, please. Okay, I'm back. Nature called. Anyway, Ron DeSantis won his election tonight. And as a bonus for winning that, he gets to deal with his second hurricane in 30 days that's about to hit um, the state of Florida sometime today or tomorrow, depending on what time it is wherever you are. It's Wednesday in Florida already. And there is a hurricane warning for the uh, east coast of Florida. That storm's going to go slam into the east coast, cut through the central part of the state, a part that doesn't need another storm, come out of the west coast, go north, and go right up DeSantis's alley through Tallahassee. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. And Greg Abbott won. And in doing so, made a superstar out of Beto O'Rourke. And by the way, the first name is Beto, not Beto, Beto. Yeah, I used to live down there. But good God Almighty. Well, let's start with Pennsylvania and John Fetterman and what he did to Mehmet Oz wasn't pretty. But boy, it was beautiful. John Fetterman won his election there, defeating Dr. Oz. It was really strange. Um, Dr. Oz's mentor, Oprah Winfrey, came out and supported Fetterman, which everyone was cheering. I wasn't. And the reason why is because we kept going back to all of the snake oil that Oz sold on his um, daily talk show for about 10 years. A talk show produced by Harpo Studios, owned and operated by Oprah Winfrey. She didn't do one thing to stop Oz from selling that stuff he was selling. And now he's I'm supporting Fetterman. Well, thank you very much. That's wonderful. Here's the problem: you helped create him, Oprah. And I will remember that when Dr. Phil decides to run for something, which he probably will do sometime down the road. Around the country, a lot of Republicans who were going to win didn't. A lot of Trump guys who were supposed to win didn't. Carrie Lake's lovely party gift would probably be a job over at OAN if it's still in business by the end of the year. Her TV career is over in terms of being a local anchor. I mean, just go down the list, and I mean, this was supposed to be not a red tide that was going to turn America back into the 18th century in terms of a lot of things. Tonight, though, we are looking at three states that have basically put reproductive rights baked into their state constitutions. And with what has happened tonight, the possibility of a national law that would ban abortion is probably not going to happen. So would any national law that would probably force trans kids into detransitioning, or anyone who is trans into detransitioning. Again, this is not over yet. California, for instance, is going to take us a while to count up all of our votes because we're California. But the way things have gone, and I repeat, it's not over yet. We do not know what the reaction is going to be from the MAGAs on this. We don't know, for instance, what Carrie Lake's reaction is going to be to her getting drubbed tonight, outside of the fact that she has said that if she loses, it's because they cheated. But here's the thing: if there was cheating going on, and by the way, please forgive the noise in the background. It's the heater. there will be no um, there will be no accusations of late hour ballot dumps because with all of the watchdogs wearing guns at polling places, I will guarantee you that that is probably the thing that probably cost Kerry Lake the election. That was the thing that cost Kerry Lake the election. These armed uh, guys in camo and hoods and armed tactical gear and everything, scaring off people from voting. And here's the thing apparently, Kerry Lake still lost. Now, as I've said repeatedly during this podcast, it's not over yet. The latest from Los Angeles vote shows that Rick Caruso, a dino if there ever was one, is ahead of the only good Karen left in America, Karen Bass, the definite Democrat. It's a race that's too close to call, but with only 12% of the vote that has been counted. And if Caruso wins, that would mean that the right would have some sort of a foothold into Los Angeles. Now, this is not going to be the first time that a Republican in the modern Democratic era would win here in Los Angeles. Um, Richard Riordan was the was the mayor when I first showed up here about 20 years ago, 30 years ago, I should say. But with everything that's happening in the Republican Party, having an almost MAGA run the city would be, well, would not be very good. So we're keeping an eye out on that. But as I said, California is one of three states, at least three states. I think there's a fourth one. I think Vermont. Three or four states that had abortion on the ballot, and every single one of them basically either put abortion baked into their constitutions or basically said, yes, you can have reproductive freedom in this state. The Monday morning quarterbacks are going to have a field with what happened, with what has happened. My and you know my wish, my hope is that people continue to stay motivated, no matter who owns your uh, no matter who owns your social media platform, no matter who owns your channel that you get your news from, no matter who your best friend is, who your worst enemy is. It should not matter. The only thing that matters should be who has the solution to the problems that we have. And hopefully that is going to be that will be the driving force from here on in. I also hope that we are not going to go into civil war because I don't think that a lot of the MAGA force is going to be that angry. I think they've been subdued. Not to mention, they also have one guy that could still win. That is Herschel. They're going into a runoff on that in in Georgia, and if Raphael Warnock wins that race, um, the Democrats would have a stronger majority in the Senate, and based on what how things are going, they may even at the end of all this have control of the House as well. It all depends on about 3 or 4 key races. So as it looks right now, I don't think we're going to have civil war. Now, will we be healing anytime soon? No, I don't think so. But like I said, it's going to be a very interesting 24 months. Well, I'm going to go to bed now. I'll probably be back tomorrow. My therapist is going to call tomorrow to make sure that I haven't played with any sharp objects. And if something happens in the LA mayor's race, I'll let you know. If you want to follow me on the blog side, the social media side, wherever, just go to Linktree/Radio Don. That's LINKTREE. Um, um, I forgot where I am. LINKTR.ee/Radio Don. Yeah, I've been up too late. Okay. Good night, everybody.